And then, by the way, it heads up the East Coast and is going to combine with yet another system, bringing us quite a mess as we head through our Saturday and really into our Sunday as well. So over the weekend, we could get another 2, 3, 5+ inches of rain for us here. Both models having that heavier rain essentially down that I-95 corridor. And there's a lot of other impacts, too. System number 1, by the way, the same one that caused that snowstorm in Denver nearly a week ago. It was like Wednesday night into Thursday. That is this energy, which I think is just wild and cool. Then we have a system to the north. These come together and combine along the East Coast. And this weekend, it is going to be windy. It is going to be wet. It's going to be snowy for some of you in Maine. So we could see flooding, not only from the rain coming down, but that onshore push of water in areas that don't need it. Since March 1st, we've seen 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of rain. So we have been saturated here. Notice our two systems. This is a European model. Snow in the Great Lakes. There's our system in the south. They merge together Saturday morning. Oof. This is raw. This is not a good look. As we head into our Saturday evening, it starts to pull out, but the northeast, because obviously we're a little farther east, we're still feeling it. Sunday, it is much, much better. And then we have our next system that's going to come into play. How about the GFS? Storm number 1 and 2, pretty similar starting points, right? So this comes together Saturday morning, both having really unsettled weather for us, hanging into the northeast for Saturday evening. Sunday, though, this does clear out, and we will see improving conditions. But then we see our next system come into the picture. How about those winds? They will be strong. They will be gusty. We could see some power outages. I think travel will be really bumpy and disrupted this weekend, Lynette, from all of this. And then, of course, it's going to kick up those waves up to maybe even 20+ feet here offshore, Lynette. So just be careful if you're headed to the beach along the East Coast.
Yeah, you might want to take some board games
on TikTok, but there was a lot of like arm motion. I feel like.
I don't remember. I just love it. I know I love the song.
It reminds me of COVID. I don't know what to tell you.
Me too. 2020. Yeah. Now we have to. Now I need you to get the dance moves.
I know. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it. I can't remember what they did. There's a lot of bouncing and a lot of arm movement going on. So I'll go look into that.
Yeah, you do that. I'll do this while you do that.
All right, Lynette, thank you. America's Morning Headquarters has you covered into the mid-morning hours. Jen Carfagno and Alex Wallace are here with a look at what's coming up at 9 a.m. There's a lot going on.
I mean, yes, in the weather, you guys are talking about it, the flooding, the lake effect, snowfall, but how about how all of that is affecting what you eat?
Huh. I'm intrigued.
Yes.
How is it affecting us?
Yes.
Can you tell us?
Yes,
or?
of course we can. I mean, it goes back to extreme temperatures.
Crawfish.
Crawfish.
Mud, what are they?
Mud
Is
bugs.
that what you call them? What do you call them?
Crawfish.
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 Do you guys eat crawfish?
Yes, and this is very concerning that it might be a problem.
You're a no to the
I've never had a crawfish. Yeah.
You haven't? You've never been when they pour it on the table?
I see it, and then I'm like,
would you
guys
try
have
it, or you're
Oh,
not?
sure, I'll try it. Yeah, I'll try it.
Okay.
I'll try it.
I probably have to peel them for them.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with it. I have no idea.
All right, so today's the first full day of spring.
Yeah.
It's also World Agriculture Day. Unfortunately, climate change is affecting every aspect of agriculture.
Yeah, we talk a lot about regenerative farming, a way to keep nutrients in the soil instead of machinery. A farm in Colorado hatched a plan that's come home to roost. Our planet has a big source of untapped energy, hot sand. I bet that wasn't what you were thinking was going to come out of my mouth.
Not at all. Pattern Science producer Ali Van Fleet shows us how a so-called sand battery can help power cities with clean energy.
What if we told...
Yeah, I mean, if you could, Stephanie was like, it's like the Plinko.
Well, I was
it's like the game.
I love Plinko.
Everyone does. It's such a great game. But the fact that it heats up the sand that much,
Why
unless
would
you're
you
doing
even
these
think...
studies, how are we supposed to know? This is crazy.
I'm more interested in how you get to that point. Who's like looking at sand or playing with sand is like,
scientists.
I know. And maybe they have the game show on, The Price is Right in the background. And they're like, oh,
yeah.
Maybe if I do that with sand, it'll be, that's what I'm so interested in always is how do you get to the point where they figured that out?
It's like friction. Yeah. Anyway. Good stuff, and you only find it out when you watch Pattern, because we find it out just like you do. All right, let's get a weather update from Felicia.
We got you covered. You need some cocktail facts. We'll throw out some fun facts for you. You need to know what the weather's going to be. We got that for you as well. And some of us are going to be dodging that gusty wind and maybe that chance for some snow across the Northeast. So it's going to be a busy weather weekend for the eastern portions of the country.
Yeah, busy next week, too.
That it will.
Thank you.
We are talking law and order in the fight for climate justice.
Yeah, next on Pattern, we're taking
climate justice has been fought inside a courtroom and not outdoors.
Yeah, the push to improve the world around is not just changing our plastic straws and switching out to EVs. Boston University School of Law professor Madison Condon, joining us now to talk a little bit more about getting in the courtroom. Madison, thank you for being with us. What are some of the biggest oversights that the government has in trying to protect our environment right now?
Oh, I mean, thank you. Well, first of all, thank you so much.
So what would you say are some of the most imminent physical climate risks that need to be addressed sooner rather than later for our economy's sake?
Well, I mean, I think you can see the headlines.
Getting a lot of precedent happening with these cases,
internal look. Thank you.
Madison, thank you.
Appreciate it. Just so everyone knows, when Madison spoke with our friends on the Weather Geeks podcast, you can hear about how she got into the part of the law on all
the weather now with Felicia, our final look.
Yeah, guys, let's get a check of it because as we've mentioned, there are going to be a couple different systems that we are going to be watching. I think eventually I'm going to have a graphic. But we're going to get some heavy snow possibly for the upper Midwest where they've been missing out on it.
So they have. Yeah. Felicia, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, here's what's coming up tomorrow on Pattern. A candy maker has found a sweet fruit
store.
Like sugar.
Fruit.
No, I won't take it.
No, you won't take it.
It's got a bruise on it. I see one right next to it that doesn't.
I know. I'm trying to be better at that. Like, it's still okay.